Shalom, Boker Tov.
Shalom. Good morning, Boker Tov.
Good morning. We're going to continue with Parshah Shemot. We're reading in Exodus and Shemot. We'll be reading chapter 3 and 4. So we've been reading about Moshe, his birth, and how Yahweh is calling him to go back and help his people. So we're going to go ahead and say the blessing to begin.
Baruch et Yahweh Hamborah. Baruch Yahweh Hamborah Leolam Baed. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher בחר בנו מכוכבים. ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה יהוה נותן כתורה. Amen.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can follow in the transliteration. So again, it's chapter 3, Shemot, or Exodus, chapter 3, and verses 1 and 2. And Moshe was shepherding the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of Elohim. And the messenger of Yahweh appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of the bush, and he looked and saw the bush burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. Go ahead and hear that in Hebrew, verse 1 and 2.
ומשה היה רועה את צאן יתרו חותנו כהן מדיין, וינהג את הצאן אחר המדבר, ויבוא אל הר האלוהים חורבה. וירא מלאך אדוני אליו בלבת אש מתוך הסנה, וירא, והנה הסנה בוער באש, והסנה איננו אוכל.
Okay, and 3 and 4. And Moshe said, let me turn aside now and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn. And Yahweh saw that he turned aside to see, and Elohim called to him from the midst of the bush and said, Moshe, Moshe, and he said, here I am. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. And of course we know Hineni, here I am. Go ahead and hear 3 and 4 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר משה, אסורה נא ואראה את המראה הגדול הזה, מדוע לא יבער הסנה? וירא אדוני כשר לראות, ויקרא אליו אלוהים מתוך הסנה, ויאמר, משה, משה, ויאמר, הנני.
Okay, and verse 5 and 6. And he said, do not come near here. Take the sandals off your feet, for the place on which you are standing is set apart ground. And he said, I am the Elohim of your father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzhak, and the Elohim of Jacob. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look at Elohim.
ויאמר, אל תקרב הלום, של נעליך מעל רגליך, כי המקום אשר אתה עומד עליו, אדמת קודש הוא. ויאמר, אנוכי אלוהי אביך, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב. ויסתר משה פניו, כי ירא מהביט אל האלוהים.
Now we heard he said, Anochi I am, Elohei Avicha, the Elohim of your father, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzhak, Elohei Jacob, and the Elohim of Jacob. Very powerful word.
And not just that, in one instance, he said that that was his name forever for all generations. So a name that had appeared so many times in the scriptures, almost 7,000 times. And now it's prohibited to be pronounced the name of Yahweh. You know, that was prohibited to Yehudah to pronounce his name in Egypt when they returned to Egypt. But because he didn't want it, of course, to be blasphemed. And of course, he said not to pronounce it in vain. But he never said not to pronounce his name, but only at that time to the Yahudim in Egypt.
Okay. Let's continue in verse 7 and 8. And Yahweh said, I have indeed seen the oppression of my people who are in Mitzrayim, and have heard their cry because they're slave drivers, for I know their sorrows. And I have come down to deliver them from the hand of the Mitzrites, and to bring them up from that land to a good and spacious land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. By telling him his promise that he's going to bring them to a better place out of slavery. So let's hear 7 and 8 in the audio.
ויאמר אדוני, ראיתי את עוני עמי אשר במצרים, ואת צעקתם שמעתי מפני נוגסיו, כי ידעתי את מכאוביו. וארד להצילו מיד מצרים, ולהעלותו מן הארץ ההיא, אל ארץ טובה ורחבה, אל ארץ זבת חלב ודבש, אל מקום הכנעני והחיתי והאמורי והפריזי והחיבי והיבוסי.
So a land of flowing with milk and honey, Eretz Zavat Halav. So a land. Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
Flowing with love. Halav Udvash. Honey. So Zavat flowing, Halav milk, Udvash honey. Eretz Zavat Halav Udvash. Okay, and let's continue to verse 9 and 10. 9 and 10. And now, see, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me. And I have also seen the oppression with which the Mitzrites oppress them. And now come, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Mitzrayim. So let's hear that in the Hebrew, 9 and 10.
ועתה, הנה צעקת בני ישראל באה אליי, וגם ראיתי את הלחץ אשר מצרים לוחצים אותם. ועתה לך, ואשלחך אל פרעה, והוצא את עמי בני ישראל ממצרים.
Okay, and then verse 11 and 12. And Moshe said to Elohim, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Mitzrayim? And he said, because I am with you, and this is to you the sign that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Mitzrayim, you are to serve Elohim on this mountain. So he's going to be with him until he brings them all the way back to this mountain where he saw this great vision of Yahweh in the burning bush. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. Let me read verse 12 as well. And okay, we did read 12. Okay, so 11 and 12 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר משה אל האלוהים, מי אנוכי כי אלך אל פרעה, וכי אוציא את בני ישראל ממצרים? ויאמר, כי אהיה עמך, וזה לך האות, כי אנוכי שלחתיך. בהוציאך את העם ממצרים, תעבדון את האלוהים על ההר הזה. ויאמר משה אל האלוהים, הנה
Went a little too far. Go back a little bit. Okay. So verse 13 and 14. 13 and 14. And Moshe said to Elohim, see, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, the Elohim of your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And Elohim said to Moshe, I am that which I am. And he said, thus shall you say to the children of Israel, I am hath sent me to you. Okay, let's look at that in the Hebrew. So, Vayomer Elohim, and said Elohim to Moshe, Ehye Asher Ehye Vayomer. Let's look at that. Ehye, oh, I am.
To be,
Asher
to exist,
Ehye.
to become, come to pass.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. 13 and 14.
ויאמר משה אל האלוהים, הנה אנוכי בא אל בני ישראל, ואמרתי להם, אלוהי אבותיכם שלחני עליכם, ואמרו לי, מה שמו, מה אומר עליהם? ויאמר אלוהים אל משה, אהיה אשר אהיה. ויאמר, כה תאמר לבני ישראל, אהיה שלחני עליכם.
They're going to tell them, Ehye Shelachani has sent me to you. Ehye. Very interesting. Okay, and 15 and 16. And Elohim said further to Moshe, thus you are to say to the children of Israel, Yahweh Elohim your father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzhak, and the Elohim of Jacob hath sent me to you. This is my name forever, and this is my remembrance to all generations.
Amen. That's the verse that I was referring to. Can you repeat it, please, in English?
So this is my name forever, and this is my remembrance to all generations. Okay, well, from the beginning. And Elohim said further to Moshe, thus you are saying to the children of Israel, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzhak, and the Elohim of Jacob, hath sent me to you. This is my name forever, and it is my remembrance to all generations. Then verse 16.
So the generations have not passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why the pronouncing of the name should be stopped when he said it's for every generation. And he said it completely, his name, and then saying Yahweh, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzhak, and the Elohim of Jacob. This is my name forever, and this is my remembrance to all generations.
Amen. And it says, go and you shall gather the elders of Israel together, and say to them, Yahweh Elohim your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, of Yitzhak, and of Jacob, appear to me, saying, I have indeed visited you, and seen what is done to you in Mitzrayim. Okay. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויאמר עוד אלוהים אל משה, כה תאמר אל בני ישראל, אדוני אלוהי אבותיכם, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, שלחני עליכם. זה שמי לעולם, וזה זכרי לדור דור. לך ואספת את זקני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, אדוני אלוהי אבותיכם נראה אלי, אלוהי אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, לאמור, פקדתי אתכם, ואת העשוי לכם במצרים, ואומר.
Okay. Let's go to verse 17 and 18. So this is what you're going to say to them in verse 17. And I say, I am bringing you up out of the affliction of Mizraim to the land of the Canaanite and the Hittite and the Amorite and the Perizzite and the Hivite and the Jebusite, and to a land flowing with milk and honey. Sorry. Okay. And they shall listen to your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the sovereign of Mizraim, and you shall say to him, Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews has met with us, and now please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness to slaughter to Yahweh our Elohim. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew, 17 and 18.
אעלה אתכם מעוני מצרים אל ארץ הכנעני והחיתי והאמורי והפריזי והחיבי והיבוסי אל ארץ זבת חלב ודבש. ושמעו לקולך, ובאת אתה בזקני ישראל אל מלך מצרים, ואמרתם אליו, אדוני אלוהי העבריים נקרא עלינו, ועתה נלכנה דרך 3 ימים במדבר, ונזבחה לאדוני אלוהינו.
Okay. And 19 and 20. But I know that the sovereign of Mizraim is not going to let you go, not even by a strong hand, and I shall stretch out my hand and smite Mizraim with all my wonders, which I shall do in its midst, and after that he shall let you go. Okay, so let's go to 19 and 20 in the Hebrew.
ואני ידעתי כי לא ייתן אתכם מלך מצרים להלוך, ולא ביד חזקה. ושלחתי את ידי, והכיתי את מצרים בכל נפלאותיי, אשר אעשה בקרבו. ואחרי כן ישלח אתכם.
Okay, 21 and 22. And I shall give the people favor in the eyes of the Mitzrites. And it shall be that when you go, you shall not go empty-handed, but every woman shall ask from her neighbor and from the stranger in her house objects of silver and objects of gold and garments, and you shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, and you shall plunder the Mitzrites. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ונתתי את חן העם הזה בעיני מצרים, והיה כי תלכון, לא תלכו ריקם. ושאלה אישה משכנתך ומגרת ביתך, כלי כסף וכלי זהב ושמלות, ושמתם על בניכם ועל בנותיכם, וניצלתם את מצרים.
Okay. And that concludes chapter 3.
Yeah, it's a very interesting chapter because some people will complain and say, "Hey, why they plunder Egypt?" But just remember that they didn't play fair. They didn't pay to them. They used them as slaves, and now this is how Yahweh will repay, to the taskmasters that do not pay to the poor. So sooner or later, you pay.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see how Yahweh plans to use Moshe and how he calls him this task that he has for him. So we can say the blessing to close.
Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah limed, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Yahweh, noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so we'll say goodbye, and I hope everybody has a great Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom and blessings to everyone. And remember that we are the light of this world, the salt of this world. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.